As we continue to spend more and more of our life in front of screens, ergonomics is becoming increasingly important. And even if you're not somebody that has the associated neck pain, back pain, wrist pain, etc. that come along with poor ergonomics, you probably know somebody that has been suffering from one of those types of pains. Now, thankfully, there are a lot of solutions for those pain points and for the things that cause all those aches and pains. And I decided to jump in first by looking at the Logitech Lift ergonomic mouse. Now, a quick disclaimer, I myself don't suffer from wrist pain that results from using a standard mouse. Now, I did want to give this a try though, so that I could make a recommendation, but I'm not going to be coming at this from a pain mitigation standpoint, more just from a regular use, and your mileage may vary in terms of the actual ergonomic effects. Now, the first thing that I noticed with this mouse was that it just feels strange. Going from a traditional position to a vertical position is very weird the first time that you do it. But it wasn't surprising that it was feeling weird, it was surprising how short a period of time it felt weird for. In just a matter of about a week, just really a few days, I didn't feel weird at all. This felt like a natural, normal position to be using a mouse. And suddenly the fact that it was different just disappeared. Logitech describes the Lift as great for small to medium-sized hands, and I agree. I've got pretty average-sized hands, and this fits great. It feels just like a light handshake, and like I said, you get used to the positioning. The thing that surprised me again was that it didn't feel that weird to then go back to a traditional mouse. Even after I used this every single day for over a month, going back to a normal mouse still felt relatively natural. And I think really as long as you're not going from one for hours on end and then abruptly switching, you can really bounce back and forth on a day-to-day basis or week to week or whatever works for you, and you won't really have too much of a problem once you get used to both types. It feels like ergonomic products are often used in a very reactive manner. So you get wrist pain, you start using an ergonomic product. But I like the idea of using them more proactively, something that could maybe prevent you from getting the wrist pain in the first place. And so now that I know that I could switch comfortably back and forth between the two, working this into a rotation or maybe even using it permanently might hopefully prevent any sort of wrist pain from developing in the future for me. So let's talk about the Lift specifically. The scroll wheel on the Lift is known as a Smartwheel, and what it does is adjust the scroll speed based on the speed at which you spin the wheel. And so that means the faster you spin it, the more quickly you'll go through lines, and the slower you spin it, the slower it'll go through lines. It's kind of a middle ground in between just a very basic scroll wheel that is set to a single increment and the MagSpeed feature on the higher end Logitech Master Series that has really, really fast spinning capabilities, but also a satisfying magnetic click when you go more slowly. I wish at the $70 price point they went with MagSpeed, but I understand that this is sort of a nice middle ground between the two. What the Smartwheel really does have going for it though is the sound. It is extremely quiet and pairs really nicely with Logitech's silent clicks technology. So you can hear that with the scroll wheel and the clicks, there's almost no sound that comes through this mouse at all, with one or two glaring exceptions, and that is with the forward and back buttons. These are loud, hollow, and aggressive, and when you have an otherwise very silent mouse, they can be a little bit jarring. I wish that they made those also silent clicks, because then this would be an ultimate sort of stealth mouse. But instead, when you go forward and back, you're left with something like this. It might not come through that loud on the microphone, but when you're comparing it to the regular clicks, it's really annoying. The Lift is available in black, white, and pink, and importantly for an ergonomic mouse, it's available in both a right-hand version as well as a left-hand version. So if you're one of the 12% of people out there who are left-handed, shout out to my brother for being one of them, then you're in luck with this product. I think the white version looks amazing. My only complaint is that it does show a little bit of wear, especially on the rubber material around where your palm sits. The Lift is powered by just a single AA battery that's stored behind a really satisfying magnetic door on the bottom of the device. It'll last for up to 24 months with that single AA battery, which is way better than having to charge your device every month or so, but you do have to make sure that you always have some AA batteries on hand in case it wears out. You'll also find the Logibolt receiver stored under here, and this allows you to connect through USB, but there's also Bluetooth. And you'll notice that there is a multi-device button that enables you to switch between 3 devices, whether Bluetooth or Logibolt, and do so very quickly. I love that it has this multi-device functionality, and it makes it super simple to switch back and forth. One thing to look out for is that the Lift does come in a just Logitech for Mac version. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, do not buy this. If you wanna know the whole story and background on why I'm saying that, I made a whole other video about why I think the Logitech for Mac products are largely just a scam. So go check that out if you wanna learn why I'm saying that, and otherwise, just buy the regular version. Scams aside, the last button on the Lift mouse is right on top in between the left and right click, and it lets you do an adjustment for DPI, or the sensitivity of how quickly your cursor is going to move relative to you moving the mouse. The Lift goes between 400 and 4000 DPI, and if you don't care at all about switching between those things, then you can also use the Logitech Options Plus software to switch this button to a different function. So if you are like me and you're interested in exploring ergonomic mice, if you've got wrist pain or think you might be prone to developing it, or if you are just interested in a beautiful looking and interesting mouse, the Logitech Lift might be a perfect option for you. At $70, it's not the cheapest, but it's also not the most expensive, and it's got a lot of great features that cover most everybody's needs. Plus, silent clicks. Can't beat it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.